In today's episode, you will first listen to four English learners from around the world. They could all understand English very well, but they couldn't speak it, at least not at first. You will hear how they felt and what simple thing finally helped them start talking. After that, I will explain exactly why this problem happens and what you can do to fix it. So, let's begin.
Hi, my name is Diego. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil. I could understand English songs very well. I watched football interviews and knew all the words. But when my friend from Canada visited, I couldn't talk. I felt embarrassed. He spoke fast, and I only smiled and said, "Yes, yes." After he left, I decided to change. I started recording myself on my phone. I talked about my day for 1 minute. Then I listened to my recording. Wow, my pronunciation is strange. So I listened to the same words from native speakers and repeated them. Every week, I made a new recording. I could hear my progress. It became like a diary, my English diary. After 3 months, I met my friend again, and this time I talked a lot. My secret is simple: record and repeat. Don't be afraid to hear your voice. When you listen to yourself, you learn faster.
Hi, my name is Maria. I'm from Madrid, Spain. For many years, I learned English in school. I was a good student. I always got high marks. I understood my teachers. I understood songs and movies. But when I tried to speak, nothing came out. I felt shy. My hands shook. My face became red. I wanted to say something, but my tongue didn't move. One day, I watched a YouTube video about a method called shadowing. It said, listen and repeat at the same time. I thought, okay, I can try this. Every morning, I listened to short clips from a podcast, 5 or 10 seconds. I played the line and I repeated it, again and again. At first, I made mistakes. I sounded strange. But after 1 week, my mouth moved faster. After 2 weeks, I felt stronger. I didn't translate anymore. The words came out like music. One morning, at work, a tourist asked me for directions in English. And guess what? I answered easily. I was so happy I almost cried. Now I shadow every day. Even 10 minutes helps me. It connects my ears, my brain, and my mouth. My tip is simple. Shadow short sentences every day. Don't wait for perfect grammar. Just listen and repeat. Soon, English will start to flow.
Hi everyone, my name is Arif. I live in Dhaka, Bangladesh. I started learning English when I was at school. I watched English movies, I listened to songs, and I could understand almost everything. But when I wanted to speak, I froze. My tongue felt heavy. I thought too much. One day, I watched an interview of a football player. I liked how he spoke, fast but clear. I thought maybe I can sound like that too. So I tried something new. I called it my imitation diary. Every evening, I chose one short video, sometimes from YouTube, sometimes from a podcast. I listened to it 2 or 3 times. Then I pressed record on my phone and tried to copy exactly what I heard. I didn't read any text. I just copied the rhythm, the sound, the emotion. After 1 month of doing this 5 minutes a day, I joined an English speaking club online. I still made mistakes, but I spoke more naturally. People said my accent sounded smooth. Now I do my imitation diary every day before bed. It helps me relax and keeps my English alive. My message is simple. Don't only listen, imitate. Don't wait for a partner. Record yourself. Be your own teacher.
Hello, I'm Kenji. I live in Osaka, Japan. I've watched English movies since high school. I understand almost everything when I read subtitles. But when I speak, my brain becomes slow. I always think fast in Japanese. Then I try to change it to English. It takes too long. People look at me and I forget what I wanted to say. One day, my English teacher told me, "Stop translating, think in English." It sounded impossible. But I decided to try. In the morning, I said small things in my head. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee. I'm going to work. On the train, I looked around and described what I saw. The boy is playing a game. The woman is reading. At first it was strange. But after some weeks, English started to live inside my mind. I didn't need to translate. When I spoke, the words came faster. Now I can talk with foreign friends online. Sometimes I make mistakes, but I can keep the conversation going. So my technique is think in English, even for 2 minutes a day. Describe your world in simple words. Soon, you'll start to feel English, not just study it.
Hi everyone, my name is Sara. I live in Isfahan, Iran. I started learning English when I was a teenager. I loved it very much. I watched English movies with subtitles. I understood my teacher and most of what I heard. But when I wanted to speak, I couldn't. The words were in my head, but they didn't come out. One night, I tried something new. I stood in front of the mirror and started talking to myself in English. I called it my mirror talk method. At first, I said small things like, "Hi, how are you today? I feel tired but happy." I looked at my face. I watched my mouth. I pretended I was talking to a friend. Then I added more details. Today I went shopping. I bought apples and tea. I asked myself questions. After 2 weeks, something changed. I stopped thinking in Persian. The sentences came faster and easier. Sometimes I even smiled while speaking English. My message is simple. Don't wait for someone to talk to you. Use the mirror. The mirror is your best partner. Talk to it every day, and soon you'll talk to everyone.
All right, so let's start with the first reason. When you listen to English, your brain is working in a passive way. It's like sitting in the passenger seat of a car. You're moving, but you're not driving. You hear the sounds, you recognize the words, and you understand the meaning. That's great. But speaking is active. It's like driving the car yourself. You have to control everything: words, grammar, pronunciation, all at once. So, when you understand but can't speak, it usually means your input is strong, your comprehension is strong, but your output, your speaking, hasn't had enough practice. You've trained your ears, but not your mouth. So the first truth is simple. You understand English because you have heard it a lot. You can't speak because you haven't used it enough. That's it. Now, the second reason is also very common. It's fear. Many learners are afraid to make mistakes. You might think, what if I sound stupid? What if people laugh at me? That fear stops your brain from sending words to your mouth. Your body freezes. Remember this. Even native speakers make mistakes all the time. Small errors are part of natural conversation. Fluency is built not through perfection, but through practice. So don't wait for perfect grammar. Wait for connection. If the other person understands you, you are already successful. The third reason is that many learners translate before they speak. You think in your native language first, and then try to change the sentence into English. But English sentences don't always follow the same order or logic. While you're thinking, the conversation moves on. To fix this, you need to start thinking directly in English. Start small. When you wake up, describe your morning in English. I'm getting up. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee. When you go out, describe what you see. The sky is blue. There is a man walking his dog. The bus is late. You can do this silently in your mind. No one will even notice. The more you think in English, the faster your brain connects ideas and words. You stop translating and you start communicating. Another reason is simple. You don't speak enough. Most learners spend hours reading and listening, but very little time talking. You can't become a good swimmer by watching videos about swimming. You have to get in the water. Speaking works the same way. You need to open your mouth even when you're alone. You can practice by talking to yourself in English about your day, reading a short text aloud, recording your voice for 1 minute and listening back. Even 5 minutes of speaking every day is more powerful than 2 hours of silent study. The next reason is that you may understand English words, but you haven't repeated them enough to use them automatically. Understanding a word once is not enough. You need to hear it, read it, say it, and write it many times before it becomes natural. Repetition is the bridge from understanding to fluency. So, when you learn a new word or phrase, say it out loud 3 or 4 times. Make a short sentence. Use it in real life. Your goal is not just to know the word, it's to own it. All right. There is also something called active listening. Passive listening is when you play English in the background while cooking, cleaning, or walking. That's okay, but it doesn't make you fluent. Active listening means focusing and repeating what you hear. It's what we call shadowing. You listen to a native speaker and repeat exactly what they say, their rhythm, their tone, their stress. For example, if you hear, "How's it going?" you repeat right away, immediately, "How's it going?" This connects your ears to your mouth. It helps you feel the music of English. Now, sometimes the reason is not fear or grammar. It's simply speed. Your listening brain and speaking brain are like two teams. One receives information, the other produces it. At the beginning, these two teams don't work together very well. When someone asks you a question, you understand it. Your listening team is fast, but your speaking team needs more time to find the words. That delay is normal. The more you practice both skills together, the faster your brain will switch from understanding to speaking. This is why conversation practice, even short, helps a lot. It's like building a small bridge between your two teams. Every time you use English, that bridge gets stronger. Now, some people say, I'm not good at languages. But that's not true. Speaking is not about talent, it's about habit. If you speak a little English every day, you will speak naturally one day. Fluency doesn't come in one big moment. It comes quietly, step by step, through small daily actions, listening, repeating, thinking in English, and not giving up. Even if you only talk to yourself, you are building the muscles for fluency. So, my friend, if you understand English but can't speak yet, please remember there is nothing wrong with you. You just need time. You just need practice. You just need courage. Your brain already knows the language. Now it's time to let your mouth join the team. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start speaking today to yourself, to your phone, to your friends, to anyone. Because the only way to learn speaking is to speak. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of English Unleashed. I'm Tom, and I believe you can do it. Keep speaking, keep learning, and keep your English unleashed. Bye for now.